Right, so let's do that. Okay, so the one screen is just really bright for some reason. That's fine. Really bright for some reason. That's fine. Bright for some reason. Microphone should be fine. Microphone should be fine. Microphone should be fine. If the microphone doesn't fall over, that is. If the microphone doesn't fall over, that is. If the microphone doesn't fall over, that is. Okay, that should be fine now. Okay, that should be fine now. I need to resort my microphone out so it doesn't keep falling over. Is there no game sound? Why is there no game sound? Or is it just that for some reason I can't hear the game sound? Yeah, before I started, OBS decided to crash and things have gone a little bit wonky. Let's try that. Go back to default. It sounds fine for me. Or does it? Oh, this is going to be a pain. Why are you not working? Why can I not hear the game? Why are the speakers picking up the wrong thing? Okay. Why are the speakers also picking up my voice? That is not what I want. Okay. Default. Screwed up. Wonderful. I'm sorry about this. We started off really scuffed. And everything is just not wanting to work properly. So the microphone's working fine. Okay. Yes, now I'm streaming, but it's also not working properly. And it's really annoying. Something's gone weird because this crashed before I started. And so now I can't hear the game. So for some reason, I can't hear the game. And... I see what you've gone and done, I think. And gone. So microphone's voice mod, that's fine. Desktop audio, it's still not working right. And it's really annoying. I have no idea why it's picking up my audio from the mic twice and not the game audio. It has been a real pain. Yeah, I know. I don't know why it's doing this. But I say, just before I started stream, I loaded up OBS and then everything crashed. The game, VTube Studio, and OBS all crashed. But let's... make sure that it's not just Windows being funny. No, those are all meant to be the same. This is really not... I'm really sorry that this is this scuffed. It's like, ooh. Oh God, now I can hear myself. That's even worse. Yeah, there's something wrong with the desktop audio thing. It's not picking up the desktop. It's picking up me. And that is incorrect. Voice mod, is this to do with you? Have you screwed something up? How about that? Okay, that's fixed that problem. Voice mod was being a pain there. It's me. Thank God for that. Now we need to work out why the game audio wasn't working. Okay, that seems to now be working again. I think it was voice mod screwing everything up. Thanks, voice mod. Best £19 I ever spent. Maybe. Yes, we have noise. Finally. Who are you, voice mod? You're helpful to work as a really, really over-engineered noise gate, kind of. As soon as I figure out proper audio settings. Ooh. Now, what was we doing? And I did try off stream, running off to try and get this right. I ran like 2 maps away to try and find some rabbits, and the rabbits just refuse to get caught in the nets. It's almost like they don't want to die. We've got a net over in that direction. Oh no, you missed. We killed the bear yesterday. We finished it.
Getting dark out here. Time to look for shelter.
Yeah, we finished him off yesterday. After he attacked us like 3 times, and 3 times each time he attacked.
What the?
Oh, and you give me another Aurora the second day in a row when I'm nowhere near the thing I need to use. Oh, you know what? I'm just leaving the snare here. Because even if I'm not going to use the snare, but actually, I don't care about the rabbit that's going to get caught. I just want it to trigger the completion of the quest. Much like the wolf did when I shot it and then spent half an hour running around and then it just suddenly died at the other side of the map out from blood loss. And it triggered a quest complete. Hopefully, even if I'm in a different map, the snare will still pay attention. And there's a chance that it will catch a rabbit and we can get that quest dealt with. Because I don't feel I can't just keep sitting here and waiting until something happens. Honestly, I really want to. I doubt I can because it's like 2 maps away. But it really would be nice if we can get to the. What is it? The dam before the Aurora ends. Unfortunately, I don't know whether that's going to be possible. We might just have to wait for another day. Because the next part of the story is do something for all this Aurora's going on at the dam. But yeah, it is a shame you did miss. I think you missed most of the dealing with the bear. What ended up happening? We moved from the one map to another, and then the bear caught us and dragged us back to his lair, making us drop the spear on the way. So then there was like a 30 or 40 minute stealth section of trying to get through the cave without the bear attacking us, to find the spear, and then continue stabbing the bear until we won. And then once that happened, I said, "I'm sorry I killed you." The character in game, of course. I was like, "Damn right, we've killed you, bear. Stop trying to eat us." And then we got teleported back to Jeremiah. He was like, oh my god, what happened? They were like, oh, we killed the bear, and then we passed out on his floor. Unfortunately, we'd left the spear in the bear. We didn't think to take it back with us, so, no cool spear anymore. Oh well. But not much we can do about that, unfortunately. Okay, and then once we woke up again, Jeremiah was like, I let you sleep, and whilst you were asleep, the parts that you picked up, I fixed the radio. We called the radio in whatever it was mill that we were aiming to go to next, to see if anyone was there, and they were like, there was a quarantine. It was really staticky. We couldn't really tell what was going on. And then the radio exploded. Oh, fizzled out. So we couldn't do anything else. Of course, Jeremiah was a bit annoyed because he was going to use that radio to contact one of his friends afterwards. And so he's now given us the task to go see his friend, or at least get to a radio to talk to his friend, whilst on the way to this place we're going to check if our ex-wife is. And all he said is, the message that you have to give is Wintermute. That is it, that is the message. Just say Wintermute. And that's kind of where we left off. Also, yeah, I did do some horrible wolf slaughtering, and I hate myself for it, but I was told that the wolf pelt stuff is really, really good to have. And so I had to listen to the gamer brain instead of the, you know, animal friend brain, and just pretend they weren't really doggos. They were vicious beasts that I had to shoot for the good of mankind or something. But unfortunately, it still needed like to wait like 10 days or something ridiculous for the hides to cure. I know 7 days I think it was for the hides to cure indoors. So a couple of them have been sort of sitting off at the dam, air drying, and then we had two in the cabin we were just in air drying. I picked up before we left about 10% done. So it's one of those things that we're just going to have to let them dry as much as possible, water in a decent place, and then pick them all up before we move to the next part of the story. And then rinse and repeat until they're all finally dried, and we can, you know, make a fancy make a fancy coat. The Aurora's going, which means all the electricity is for some reason working. Also, the power on seems to have appeared. Shortwave radio tower? Oh, I wonder if those are like the, I know that places in like where planes might go past, they have lights on towers. So that basically planes can see in the dark and go, oh, that might not be a good thing to fly into, because that's a tower. So what if they use both of those? I think the shortwave radio towers on this one. Yeah, there's one down there, so it makes a bit of sense where they're glowing. Here's the Aurora's here. It's set the electricity on, so the electricity is the reason why we need to get back as quickly as possible, because we need to use a keypad. The keypad that's based on electricity. Am I... Okay, hang on, let me, I wonder if the desktop audio for some reason decided to... Okay, how's that? Is that... Is that any better? I've lowered the gain down, so it should be. But I hope that you could have heard some of the stuff I've been talking about for the past, like, 10 minutes. That wasn't going to feel a bit foolish. Oh, okay, so yeah, it was I figured it might have been the wind. Yeah, I'm thinking that the whole thing that's going on is, for some reason, the aurora is messing with the electricity. When the aurora's here, electricity works. Which is why the shortwave radio towers are glowing red, because they have plane lights on them to make sure planes don't fly into them, while all these little lamps are working when they weren't before. And at the dam there is a keypad which runs on electricity, which we need to enter a code into whilst the aurora's going on. Which I think opens the control room, which means that we can then do whatever's in the control room to get the power plant up and running a little bit better. And my main concern is the fact that I didn't expect it to have an aurora for 2 nights in a row. Because one happened the previous in-game night, whilst I was trying to get that rabbit that rabbit snare catch. And so I figured, oh, they wouldn't do 2 days in a row. It'd probably be like one every couple of days or one every 3 nights or something. Because otherwise it would be silly. And then lo and behold, when I slept, aurora's back. Hang on. Whilst I'm thinking about it, I wonder if the other 2 that normally turn up realise I'm actually streaming. So Dawn and Foxboy. And let's just see if Cookie's around. It is a Sunday night though, so it may well be that they're, you know, doing some gaming with friends. So we need to head. Make sure I follow the tracks. I mean, the more I play of the story, the more I am tempted to at least give the survival element a try. It seems like if you look at the game when you buy it, you buy the sort of the survival mode and the story mode. Originally, there was just the survival mode, and the story was added later. But I think it was given to free to everyone who sort of bought in early access, because obviously, you know, they helped fund the game being made in the first place. And before, the survival thing wasn't that good, but the more I play in the story mode, it does make me at least want to try survival, even if like minimum difficulty. because it seems like it's more of a, you need to sort of like find yourself a nice area, build up some kind of base, you know, having stockpiles of stuff, having planned hunting routes of where you need to go, and a bit more of a, we're stuck here, we need to somehow survive scenario, rather than we're trying to escape even though we don't know if we can, which is what the story is. But saying that, I've also bought Green Hell, which is a survival game, but not in the snow. So at some point I might want to play that. But I think for now, it's pretty much going to be sort of alternating between this and Dyson Sphere. Because that way we don't get burnt out on a single game too much. It's a good bit of difference in genre between a survival crafting game and factory management sim. And I think I was going to start, you know, being sensible and not streaming not trying to stream every single day, because that is going to burn me out and probably mess up my voice. And listen to me trying to act professional. Who would have thunk it? Right, we are on the right map. It still seems in the middle of the night, so we might get to the thing in time. And I think the code was 7611. Let me just double check that though. Seven 7611, yeah. I'm amazed I remembered that because I haven't looked at it since this morning, which was like 13 hours ago. No, is that saying that the aurora is about to end because that one started flickering? Or is that just a thing, it just starts flickering anyway? I hope it's not waiting until I'm almost there to just decide, okay, time to turn the lights off. We haven't come across more wolves on the way up. Apart from the couple in that first map, I've not seen any or heard any. Okay, these lights are still on, so Aurora is still going strong. Still have time. start paying attention to the tree stumps more as well, because I found out that's where the reishi mushrooms grow. I was looking on fallen logs, and they weren't there, so I had to go and look it up. And it was like, oh yes, it's old tree stump. So I was half correct. It was on trees. It's just, you know, the stumps rather than the actual logs that have fallen over. And I also regret not making the rosehip tea when I could have, because I dropped a bunch of rosehips a while ago, or a couple of game sessions ago, which we could have made tea to get part of the quest done. What was that other quest that we picked up yesterday? Oh, okay, so that's also with the dam anyway, so that's fine. We're going to the dam anyway.
I need to
So
find
the other
food.
quest we can deals with whilst we're there as well. Which will be good because it will give us more time for the wolf pelts to be in the air drying stage whilst we're running back and forth dealing with that quest. I just think this is only like chapter 2 of the whole, like episode 2 of the game. There's still like at least 3 more to go.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
Yeah, the cold is making the head feel thick, but that's because we're on our way to the warmth. The warmth is glowing in front of us. We just need to move. Literally cross this bridge and take a left and we can get in the warmth. See, what's even weirder is that car, I took the battery out
I
of
would
that
do
car
anything for a drink right now.
because the battery is over here because I took it out because I wanted to use it. But it's heavy, so I didn't want to take it on the journey with us.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
I know we can barely walk with this much gear. That's why we're literally just walking to the door up here. Stop complaining, Mackenzie. You'll be fine. Yeah, we're too heavy to run. It's too heavy and too cold to run. Luckily. Luckily, we are where we need to be. And the aura's still going. Which is wonderful. So there's got to be something in here that we have to interact with, surely.
There it is.
So that is on. Is there anything else we needed to do? Can I now turn this off? Will there be enough light? Kind of. So it's not that way. Right, so around about the 55 mark. So it's 55, or well, 56, or 57, and then 55.
Could end up being useful.
Cash. Ooh. Starting a fire during daytime. Maybe useful? Pork and beans. Yeah, even with the lights on, as it were, I think we're still going to need the fuel lamp. Yeah, you'd think they would have possibly done some like proper cable management, but no. There is another flashlight, but we already have one, and we haven't even used it yet. We need to go down to admin, but at the same time, so those are like half cured. And these are only sort of 7% cured. Health. And the guts. And the wood. And then the battery can get dismantled. Well, yeah, that's pretty much how they would really have done it. It's just slowly letting it air dry. Luckily, we don't have to collect our own piss to tan them. I know somewhere in this pile of stuff is the hacksaw.
All this gear is slowing me down.
There it is. Hi, Suzu. Thanks for stopping by, as always. I'm going to drop the hacksaw again now. And I've got to go through the thing of getting rid of all the stuff that I just picked. That's all the fuel! Yeah, it is one of those things that, I mean, I was saying just before you turned up that I'm still not sure whether or not I want to play the survival mode. I have been enjoying the story, but I don't know if that's just because the story's been at least relatively entertaining.
Mouth so dry.
Yes, your mouth is dry. That's why. Oh no, we've got no soda. You're gonna have. Oh no, never mind. We've got some grape soda. Yeah, I'm not sure whether or not I'll end up doing the like the full run, like the survival thing. That's turbine. Admin room is where I need to go to. I don't know where that is. Right, the main thing is I've also got. I picked up Green Hell not that long ago, because that was on offer as well, which is also a survival game. Oh yeah, but there's no way I'm not gonna. There's an achievement for surviving for 200 days. I'm not gonna spend that much time. Right, so this was the place where I would die if I went through. So I'm assuming that the admin was down here. I know that I've seen a couple of them whilst I was looking up stuff earlier. Things like, you know, trying to, you know, not eating anything man-made. So you can only drink water. You can only eat things you've killed yourself. And then I saw the thing that you're not allowed to, like, use tea, as in the mushroom tea or the rosehip tea. And I'm like, well, that makes no sense because those aren't man-made. Those are you're putting that in water. That's just normal stuff, isn't it?
Oh. I guess there's only one way to go from here.
Thing is, I don't know whether or not this is like a point of no return type thing. That's my big problem. Right, there's stairs. There was papers under a there we go. Search loose tile. Only have the evidence we're looking for. All the photos logging we shared on social media have been ignored. I mean, who can blame them? Nobody believes what they see anymore. But we stole some documents from a logging camp that prove that Borealis is here illegally. Like they don't have the correct permits or even permission. They're even cutting down old growth trees. It's exactly the kind of ammunition we need to take them down. Even if the lawyers and corporate shills try to bury this, and they will, we'll be able to use this to drive up recruitment as well as cash. As well as cash for a crowdfunding campaign. This can finally take things to the next level.
There you are.
Yeah. But the problem is that... Oh. Well, so you're on the same map. I don't think we can actually get down there in time to get the whole thing working now, I don't think. But I don't know if he's going to give us something else to do afterwards. What's up, Methuselah? Yeah, I need to use the elevator, I think, when the electricity's on. Maybe. I did flick a breaker, so that might just mean that the elevators are going to be on, even without the Aurora now. Hopefully, that's the case. It just says, find your way through the dam. Which would be going down the lift, going down the elevator shaft. I would very much like to make sure that I at least get some of this stuff done. Just so that we don't end up having like quests just sitting in the log. And also, considering when we saved last, we were at like 90% completion. I've got a feeling as soon as we go down that elevator, it's just going to cut this chapter, this episode closed. And then we'll move on to the next one.
Not sure why I feel so tired.
I know why you're tired. You've been up since the previous day. Actually makes perfect sense. I really should have gone down the river, the frozen river. Technically, have taken a little bit less time than this. And also because we didn't sleep, we're now encumbered again because we're tired. I did also look into the DLC for this, and I'm not sure because the DLC is the same price as the base game, which is already a bit as a bit pricey. Considering the base game is the survival plus a story. It's like 16 quid for the DLC, and it's like, judging by the reviews as well, some of them are like it's just an even more of a walking simulator than like this bit currently is. Which might be interesting. I mean, it's at least a nicer walking simulator than some we've played. I really should sleep as well. Even if that is going to mean that the aurora disappears. And I don't. This isn't even. I don't think on the high settings. And it's on mostly high and some medium. So it could look better. But the reason I lowered a bunch of the things down was because naturally OBS and VTube Studio also use up stuff on the computer. So I'd rather not have all of the resources being used by the game and make the encoding just not work. Yeah, so even only sleeping a couple of hours got us to daylight, so I don't think we would have been able to get this quest done and get back up to the dam anyway, so I'm not going to complain about that. Fish. I still never did find the other two cabin keys, though. I've not exactly been looking much for them. They're probably just like lying on a desk somewhere, and I just completely missed them whilst I've been running around. Hopefully, with what we've done, we can at least get into this bloke's cabin. Yeah, one of his friends. We don't know why I'm picking feathers up. I'm not making arrows anytime soon.
I've got your supplies and those documents you wanted here.
Hey, that's great. Thank you. But I hope you understand if I ask you to just leave them outside the door.
Right. I'll, leave it all here for you, just like you asked.
Thank you, stranger. You may not care, but you've made a huge difference to our cause.
Choices, yes. I'll check on the cabin tomorrow. Come on. He's not even going to be there, is he? He's going to have disappeared. We're going to find him dead on the way to the dam or something. But we've already had one choice that seems to have made a, if not an actual difference, at least we got a bit of dialogue about it. Because I think the second time we meet Methuselah, he mentions the fact that we had a choice to spare someone who probably didn't deserve to live, and yet we still did it. Because in sort of the first chapter, we come across one of the escaped convicts. And he's got a knife in his guts. And I, being a person that knows that if you want to survive, you leave the knife in there until you can, you know, see a doctor. I just pulled the knife out because I'm like, you murdered a family here to get into this house, so I'll just take your knife. And then he survived. That was the good choice, apparently. He survived it, even though he shouldn't have. He should have bled out. But I'm not going to complain about that being extremely wrong for the game. But yeah, apparently that was the good choice. And so when we saw Methuselah again, he's like, you could have killed him. You chose to let him live, even though he probably didn't deserve it. You know, these choices, blah, 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 morality in this apocalypse is going to be weird. And I don't even know if it made any difference or whether it is literally just that one line where he's just like, oh yes, you're not a completely horrible person.
What's that?
You said, what's that? It's because the Aurora's back. Okay, Aurora's back for the third night in a row. So it must be at the point in the story when it's just gonna keep on happening.
Hey, you still alive in there?
Yeah, I'm still weak. Gonna rest up here until I'm ready to move on.
Yeah, it must be at that point in the story where it's like, well, we know you're going to need the Aurora, so we're just going to make it happen every single night until you have done the thing you need to do. Seriously, is it right? Please tell me it's daytime now. It's getting there. Let's give it another hour. At some point, I need to have a look into my computer and see why my fans are going crazy. Ah, right. So has he escaped or is he
Let's see
dead?
if they left anything useful.
Oh no, he's run off.
I'll be hungry later.
My PC fan is going a little bit mental right now.
I think I can use this.
Thanks for helping me. Not everyone would have done this. Left this item for you. Belonged to a friend. Hopefully you can make use of it. Maybe pass across again. Pants.
I can always use more food.
Okay, so after all of that, we got a pair of pants. I mean, I suppose it could be worse. I did check on the cabin. Have you... Did that not register for some reason? Was there something else that I needed to notice and pick up? Because it is already tomorrow game. And I have checked and he has gone. Do we need to wait for like another hour for it to technically be the following day?
I'd eat anything right about now.
Right, it's almost midday, the following day. Surely by now, game, you should be like, oh, you've checked it out. Just trigger the completion, please. I mean, there legit is nothing else that I can do anything with. The night star, sleep well. It's weird that it still is saying check back tomorrow. But did I turn the question at like 1 in the morning today? And that's why it's still saying it's technically still the same day or something.
I need to drop something. All I can think about is food. It worked. My stomach feels like an empty pit. What's that?
On the bright side, from sleeping all this much, it does mean that we're going to get an extra couple of days on our the queuing progress for the hides. So now should be the next day, like the definite next day. Now let me finish this quest. Do I have to take the note? Was that the problem all along, that for some you can't just read it and go, oh, okay, we were nice to a man and leave? You have to pick the note up and read it for some reason. Let's drink a bunch of the water. Eat some of the stuff that's low quality. Get it out of the way. And now we can actually start heading up towards the thing again. So we need to go that way. And when we get there, we can just sleep for another few hours. There's another wolf over there, but we don't need to concern ourselves with them for now. we should be able to take... Although I'm not sure about that bit there. I've got a horrible feeling that we might not be able to go that way after all. So it probably is a better idea to just go the way we know works. Because knowing how, look, what will end up happening is we'll walk halfway up the river, find that it's blocked, then we have to turn around and come all the way back and then go the way we normally would go anyway. Which would just take like twice the length of time it would take if we just went the way we know works. I'm not saying the game is going to be cruel like that, but I am saying the game will be cruel like that and we'll just have just a random boulder in the middle of the river that we can't get past. I mean, it even kind of looks like it on the map here. It gets really narrow. I mean, that could just be an overhang, maybe. Or it could be that it's blocked off and we can't get there. Yeah, I think all told we might have spent like 3 days just sitting around waiting for that cabin guy to get sorted out. In which case, the most of the way to getting those wolf pelts cured. So it might just be worth seeing how many days would be left on them. And then just waiting that long. That maybe if we see a deer somewhere, get some quick venison so we can easily get the food back. Got enough water that we can easily survive a couple of days. And as long as we're indoors, the cold won't be a problem. We're plenty warm indoors. So we've got that one of sub-quest dealt with. I've also got a horrible feeling that the catch a rabbit in a snare thing won't trigger until you've gone and picked the rabbit up out of the snare, which would be really annoying if that is the case. Since we left the snare like 2 maps down, just on the off chance it triggered. Hey, Zell. Welcome to Canada. Game doesn't look us running along the top of one of the rails. A bit jittery there. You're just gonna stay there until this chapter's over. With your infinitely burning fire. I'm glad you did swing by, Zell. Always nice to have people popping in. Always happy for the friendly faces to pop through. Now let's see. How far along are these pelt? Good deer hide. Oh, 82 on one and then 40 on the other. So 40 on the worst one. That's still like another 4 days of just sleep and not doing anything else. Suppose I could just save the game and then use the elevator and see what happens. At least if it's anything like the last chapter, it will just give us everything that was on the floor when we move to the next area. We're currently stranded in the middle of God knows where, Canada. Basic story so far. Our ex-wife came to us and said, I need to get to this middle of nowhere place urgently. You're the only one who will take me in your plane. We almost said no, and they were like, oh, you're going to go anyway, aren't you? Fine, we'll take you. Then a weird aurora happens in the sky. The aurora borealis turns up and fries all the electricity for some reason, causing the plane to crash. We wake up from the crash. Ex-wife nowhere to be seen. Yep, the aurora borealis. For some reason, it fried all the electrics, and we don't know why. Yes, located entirely in this electric power station. And no, you can't see it. But yeah, so we crash land. Wife nowhere to be seen. Well, ex-wife nowhere to be seen. We want to try finding her. We've been through a couple of places, met a few people who are like, we might be able to help. You scratch our back, we'll scratch yours type of thing. Last bit that happened, we fought a bear and won using a spear we found in a hunting lodge. And then the person who told us to kill the bear and collect some things said, the radio's still broken after you used it. You're going to need to have to deliver a message for me on your way to find your ex-wife at the next place. Just tell them Wintermute. That is the entire message. Just tell them Wintermute. And so we're currently in an electric power, well, hydroelectric dam place. The auroras have happened and have allowed us to get access to the electricity, although I'm assuming that since the aurora's not happening right now, it won't let us. Yeah, all the buttons don't work at the moment because, you know, aurora's not happening. So we have to go down the elevator to the next bit, which may or may not be the end of the episode. Don't know yet. Kind of wanting to wait on all the pelts that I've gathered to cure first, but at the same time, that sounds like effort. I'm just trying to remember if I had put a bedroll anywhere to sleep, or if I'm going to have to crack out the one that I'm still using. Yeah, I'm going to have to crack out this, I think. Turn that off because we don't want to waste the fuel. Hopefully he wakes up and says, "What's that?" Nope, it's still daylight out there. Right, now it's night. Although it looks like it's a night without the aurora. Which is annoying because we've had 3 nights in a row with it. Maybe just need like another couple of hours so it's completely dark. None of the panels have turned on, so I'm assuming that it's still not happening. Just gonna sleep 1 hour at a time until it starts, if it does at all.
What's that?
There we go. We've now got the electric flicker. But just in case everything disappears, I'm assuming the game will be fine, and that if it is moving to the next area, everything that we drop down, it will just pick up and move along with us. But if not, I'll just jump back to the save.
Holy shit, what was that?
Please tell me there's a pry bar in here.
Use this.
Yes. Well, that was a bit of a skip for a speed run. I didn't even fully open that. I just tapped it and let it continue. I did hear bear though. Or at least I heard something that sounded like bear. Oh, the fact that the wolf carcass has been ravaged. That's not a good sign. I mean, something likes eating the wolf. And we no longer have the fancy bear-killing spear.
Shit, that burns.
Okay.
Feels like it's still burning. The pain.
Alright, so painkillers. Bandage.
Feels like it's still burning.
Do not like the idea of walking up metal stairs when there's live electric underneath it, but you know. Game doesn't seem to mind us doing that. Yeah, I definitely don't like the fact that I heard what sounded like a bear. We can't be in a new area yet because it didn't just suddenly say all of your stuff has been returned to you and then locked us out. Okay, so that's the room where we flick the power on. What are we even meant to be doing here? Explore the guts of the dam. To do what?
Getting kind of thirsty.
Oh, we can just climb up and down there, okay. I thought that was just a wire, not a mountaineering rope.
Now we're cooking with gas.
Oh, was that just a way over those electric cables? Okay, so that's a way to leave the dam. Or at least leave the upper part of the dam. Oh, it would be nice to get that back, but electric. Well, I suppose we'll have to. It should be accessible if the aurora's not going on, I suppose.
Better watch out.
Oh, hot, hot, hot!
Okay. Well, we just got electrocuted.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Yeah, I've got a feeling he's going to just be a wait till the aurora's disappeared. I just wanted to double check to see if there's actually any yeah, the wire is still going underneath the crates. At least in that case, I have no idea why. Because as far as we know, all of this was it just got left. You know, they were like, oh, okay, we're not getting paid, so let's just give up and go home. And so all the workers just gave up and left. Seriously, too incumbent to climb through all of it. Which is fine. I mean, yeah, if you're stuck in the middle of frozen Canada, and someone's like, yeah, we could pay you, but we're not going to yet. You're gonna just say, well, okay, if you're not paying me, then you don't get me as a worker. And they all just left. But that then doesn't explain why all of the loose wires are everywhere unless someone came in and messed around with the wires. No, not that. Oh no, not there either. That's where the wolf was. The next opening, which is the elevator.
Well, there it is. No way back up.
Oh, you'll see. No way back up. You'll see. You're joking. Okay, I'm glad I made that save. Because what I'll do is I'll reload and make sure I've got everything that I need, because I didn't bring any extra fuel with me because I thought we could go back up. But for now, yeah. So it was a point of no return. I think we can get back to there later. It's just going to be one of those we've got to go and unlock the shortcut. But like I say, at least I, dropped in this save before we went down the elevator, because I wasn't sure, and it did scream point of no return. I wanted to make sure that I could come back and grab all the fuel and all the bits and pieces that I dropped that would be useful. So what I'll probably do is call it quits there, because I do want to actually get these things actually, finish curing them and actually make our coat, which was the whole point for it. Nice warm coat made of fur. Granted, it takes quite a bit of stamina off us, but if it keeps us surviving, then fine. And it's quicker to make it using a hunting knife, okay. Yeah, so what I'll probably end up doing before I next stream this is basically just sit next to the bedroll and just wait. Make sure I keep food going and keep everything going, and then just make sure I get these wolf pelts done, I mean, a couple of them are really close, but then this one's only halfway. There's like 3.5 days left for this to cure, which will be a pain if I'm doing that on stream. So I'll probably call it there for today. Do the waiting off stream in preparation for next time. And then next time we can make our coat, pick up whatever else we need from the pile of goodies, and then, since now we know that is a point of no return, we can go down nicely prepped, ready to go, and with no regret. Although, like I say, I'm sure we'll come back here at some point. It's just a long walk around. But yeah, so I'll call it there then. And we can progress that next time. Although, let's see, what are we? Sunday today. So tomorrow, day off. Mainly because I'm going to be watching Finfay's Danganronpa stream. So next back on Tuesday. Might carry on with this. Might do Dyson Sphere program. Haven't quite worked out the schedule of whether I'm going to just like alternate between them or do 2 days in a row for one, 2 days in a row for another, and so on. I'm still trying to work all this stuff. I've only been doing this for a couple of months. So I'm still trying to figure out this whole scheduling thing. So yeah, we'll call it there. I'll next see you Tuesday for, let's say, either this, more Long Dark, or Dyson Sphere. I'll get stuff done offline for both of them, make sure we're ready to go. And I'll see you next time on Tuesday. So have fun. Thank you for watching, as always. Thank you to the lurkers. Thanks for popping in, Zell. And until next time, bye-bye. Oh, actually, is there anyone nice on that I can raid who I know? Let's see. I can always from Arjus Online playing Persona. It's either that or send you to Hat and he's playing Sea of Thieves, and I'd be too tempted to turn up and go Sea of Thieves nuts. So I'll do a little raid on Fromage. So again, thanks for watching, and say hi to Fromage for me. It's been fun. Bye-bye.
Killed her. The artistic talents you inherited from your mother were a delightful miscalculation, though. If I'm to steal ideas, it's much easier robbing the future of brats who won't talk back than adults. It's thanks to you that I came up with the idea. You have my
of you has disappeared without a trace at this very moment. You aren't some rotten artist. You're a despicable fiend who wears the skin of an artist.
All you good-for-nothings barging into my museum and doing whatever the hell you want. Those who have the connections make the rules. Those who don't, follow them. Not to mention, the value of art is all
Yusuke is popping off.
I make the rules in the art scene.
Oh, can I call you that? The Kova? First time chat, thank you, hello, welcome in.
I am the god of the art world.
This isn't good. Get back.
Mediocre cannot understand. Now, let's begin, you vermin.
You use others for your own despicable desires, Madarame. You aren't even worth the art you create.
Joker, don't lose focus. There's no telling what'll try.
Different health bars. Alright, well, this is our intel round.
Go down. Persona! Get
How annoying.
Persona!
Already.
This one! Goes out! We've got it!
One shot, awesome. This one's gonna be fucking annoying.
This is my other self. It's time.
So far, no notable weakness.
You're mine.
He's unconscious! This is it! The image has been taken out! Someone treat her!
You anger me.
Didn't even try to shoot the other ones. Thank you for the follow.
What is this attack? There has to be more than just our color.
Damn it.
Joker!
I wish there was an easy way for me to find out what these things are weak to. I didn't have to spend all this time trying stuff out.
Now,
You
Joker, don't lose focus. There's no telling what'll try.
go down.
Ow!
Persona!
Fucking repel physical?
Get ready! All right.
Persona!
Let me guess, they have reses.
That's not right.
thing's fucking one-shotting.
Here we go.
Sorry! Persona! What is this attack? There has to be.
No way.
Skull, your defense has dropped. Persona! All right.
Nothing I could do about that one. They're doubling into him.
Persona. That's not it.
None of them are weak to gun. Yep, they have res. Figured.
They reach. Damn it. Persona!
Come. There.
Panther's in trouble! Someone heal her!
They're not gonna be fucking weak to anything. What do I do?
Persona! Joker! Are you okay? Joker! Get up!
It's gonna take way too long.
You.
Joker, don't lose focus.
Come.
There's no telling what he'll try.
Suzaku.
Thick. And we got one turn, I'm dead.
You want
Joker, don't lose focus.
Persona.
There's no telling what he'll try.
All right.
We are playing Merciless.
Unconscious. Yeah, nice one, Panther.
But he's getting 3 turns before I get fucking 2.
Eat this.
Persona. Go!
looking for real. Nothing I can do to stop it.
I am thou. Die! Persona! Some other way. It's time. That's not right.
That's just not gonna work, boss. Am I dead before I can move? Not quite. Nothing I can do. There was zero chance I could have saved them.
Okay. Screwed that up.
Joker?
Using this. I apologize.
But the nose has turned next, so what do?
I'm using it!
Much thanks. Thanks.
That's not even gonna help us. I'm still in one-shot range.
Yeah! Nice one, Panther! You pig!
Persona! Prepare yourself. Come. Some other way.
Three down. You can't possibly revive all of them right now. So let's lay into you.
Let's do this! How about this?
After on heals.
They reach damage.
I am thou. Persona! Order! There! Get wrecked!
That paint coating attack is a real hassle. What's the plan? Isn't that the same thing Madarame's been using? Let's try Persona!
A little late for that, but alright.
I appreciate it.
I'll slather you with my color.
Let's go. Prepare yourself. Time to bestow. Leave it to me. I'll handle this. I'm ready whenever. Leave it to me. I'll handle it.
Yusuke just got his turn, but you'll do it.
You're covered in paint! I don't like the look of this.
Ravage now.
It didn't really matter, did it? I guess I could have just blocked and waited then, huh? I guess that was the strat. If I have to redo this fight, I'll do it next time, because it looks like this is not the end.
Madarame's out!
Damn it! I'm the great Madarame! The Madarame who gathers a full crowd every time he opens an exhibit! I'm not someone that worthless brats like you are allowed to defy!
Yeah, yeah.
What? He made copies of himself? I see. Creating duplicates is his specialty.
Yeah, so what are they weak to? Real funny, but, neutral psychic. Resist physical. You're fucking blocking. That can't be what they're weak to, though, right? That's probably what they're gonna hit me with.
This is my other self. Goemon, strike!
The opposite. I wouldn't call that the opposite, but I think I get you.
Not over yet.
Flip him, Persona!
Do I? Do I get you? I do get you.
You're covered in paint. I don't like the look of this.
Ravage now!
Joker, are you okay?
Oh, that's actually a lot of reflect damage.
I don't like the look of this. You're covered in paint. I don't like the look of this.
Some other way. What's the plan?
Alright, this is fine. This is free.
You're covered in paint. I don't like the look of this.
Persona!
Null ice. So if I'm a Bufu, I'm not gonna get repel damage.
Great move, Joker. You're covered in paint. I don't like the look of this.
Let's go. Some other way.
Ah, but I already switched. Persona. Shit, I played bad.
Persona! Hold on.
But we have the strat. We understand.
Persona! Go down!
Nice, Joker. Right in their weak spot.
This one! Thank you.
No, I'm assuming I can't baton pass to On because she's covered in paint. Is my assumption. Strong against fire, not completely immune to it.
Let's see that again, Panther. Pass the baton and follow up.
Persona! Oikus! You're mine.
Stop this! Is this how you show your gratitude to the man who raised you?
Silence!
Joker's attack is down.
Go!
Pass it on to the second person.
Flip
Hmm.
him, Persona! Get wrecked!
Get wrecked. I don't know what to tell ya.
Let's go.
As long as they don't immediately get their turn, I'm fine. Yeah.
Go down!
Joker first.
Let's go. I am thou.
I'm gonna have plenty of SP left over, so I'm just gonna boo-boo.
Sona. You're mine.
3 enemies knocked down. Nice one, Joker.
Do it.
It's not over yet. Let's do this. Dance, Carmen. You've gotten on to the
Mine.
second person.
Persona. I am thou.
Go for gold while we can. 'Cause this should still kill, right? No, not at all. We should still be fine. Idea would be really nice right about now. Right. How much can you do to me? You're bad at making fakes. Technical. Yeah, I guess so. None of them were immune to psychic. Game over. Well, to stall another cycle, that's fine. Thank you for the hydrate. I'll get to that after the battle because I am out. Look pretty. It was just a knowledge check, really. You'll get that drink. first part of that was pretty annoying. But once we locked them out into having to res, it was easy. I really don't care, dude. I should have brought Morgana. Augie Loud? Very nice. Thank you. Black mask. Car? Another one down. Yusuke, Ellipsy. Like Among Us? Yeah, exactly like Among Us. Like my favorite video game, Among Us. Hop on Among Us? We should play Among Us. As soon as we have enough friends to do so.
Not only have we dealt with our second big target, we even have a new addition to the team. Goodness, things are going so well. That's true. Still, let's honestly be happy about it right now. But I have to say, it'll help broaden our battle strategies as well. Besides, having an eye for beauty is a must for Phantom Thieves. We're lucky to
Having
have a
5
person-
persona users is really nice because that means you can sit on the fucking bench and do nothing.
An artist is a talent
Off
you
my
rarely
team.
come across. I mean, he is a bit strange, but still.
You can't just like call them strains like that.
What kind of person do you think I was? There's no way I'd turn out to be some bad guy in the end, right? I get so engrossed with the embodiment of human desires. And that's not all. When it comes to
Ooh,
the
what's up?
metaverse, I'm the only one who can transform into a car. I'm special, but it's still odd. Who could I actually be?
Don't care.
I'm not some monster cat. What a half-assed answer. Well, there's no way a dashing, honorable rogue like me could be evil. A man who saves those in trouble in the West, while punishing evildoers who may lurk in the East. A man who chastises people that smoke inside in the South, while saving bullied cats in the North. A man who has a sturdy body, and vows to always do one good deed
Shut
a day
up. Get out of my
to
house.
shine.
I don't want you.
I'm that kind of ideal person. Or so I hope. So if I turn back to being human, surely she'll take notice of me, won't she?
You're a creep and I hate you.
Well, that's true, but where should I go when I become human? I wonder where she'd like to go. An amusement park, a movie theater, a fancy cafe, shopping.
Alright, I'm gonna level you, chat. I don't like any of the girls in this game. I'm about to date on just to fucking spite this bastard. Just out of spite.
What do you think?
All right.
What about the boys? I can't date the boys in this game. Also, ew, men. Black mask. Sumi, did she have a black mask? I don't recall. Makoto's is like a steel, right? Not gonna let me go outside. Stupid cat. What's going on with you? Nothing important? Cool. Knowledge, charm. And I'm just awful at everything else. Got it. Thanks, game. Thanks for the words of encouragement. Go sit in my room and watch movies.
Who could have done this?
The larvae. It must have infected them. Got into their brains. We need to find those samples, Skelton. Fast.
Oh. Okay. Well.
Oh, I'm going to prison. Yeah, I get it. I took down the dude.
You have expelled one who is stained in vanity. You are now one step closer to your rehabilitation. It's a delightful thing indeed.
Our master is pleased. You should be honored, inmate.
However, that man's remarks are concerning. It seems another has made their way into the metaverse. That is beyond my knowledge.
How? How is it beyond your knowledge?
But your rehabilitation is progressing smoothly. That is for certain. May the devotion to your rehabilitation grow. I have high hopes for you.
All right.
It's Kitagawa. I'm calling about Madarame's state. For the time being, he hasn't suffered a mental shutdown. Other than that, his demeanor seems to have softened a bit. Is that a change of heart? I see. I was curious and looked at the Kamoshida as well. It's as if he was an entirely different person. Will the same be true for Sensen? I'm sorry to have taken your time. Oh, I'll try asking him about the mine when we're by then.
Oh yeah, actually. Hey, wait! Hey! Let's go. We'll just have to wait for now.
Sure.
Talking about. Hey!
Oh boy, ducks.
Hey! Hey!
Hey, Ghost, what do you want? Why are you here?
Hmm.
Xenoblade related question, shoot.
Hey!
I didn't do anything. What's the world of Xenoblade called again? I'm not sure the world of one has a name, or if it does, I'm just totally fucking blanking on it. But there is the Bionis and the Mechonis. Is there an iconic Xenoblade flavored outfit? What does that mean? But Bionis is only half of it.
Oh yeah.
Bionis is the area you're exploring now. A costume that's iconic from Xenoblade. A lot of them? Yes, it's a half year on. Okay, why?
You're back.
Doing a fucking fashion report on Xenoblade of all things?
Next time then.
What a weirdo. In my chat, weird people. I don't need the money, so I'm not doing that.
Also, history, the term actually means specifically like the act of understanding the past. It's a Greek term. A lot of people are there was a meme going around like 10 years ago that was like, you know, it's called history because it's dominated by men. What about herstory? And it's like, well, no, it comes from a Greek term, historia, which means to understand the past. Stop trying to put modern political terms over it. Like, chill.
Do research. Do research, nerd. One more because I don't get to catch stream often, and I owe you for keeping me entertained at work. We're just glad that we can entertain you. Also, yeah, e-girl military psyops is insane. Israel went hard with it for a bit.
Yeah, it's definitely something they're trying. It's the one that got me was there was a video that the Ukrainian military put out recently, and it was just so obvious.
Just so blatant, yeah.
It was like not a single one of these women is actually out in the field fighting. Like, they are way too put together. They look way too, like... Go talk to a soldier who's been out in the field for 2 months. They have bags under their eyes. Their facial hair is out of control. Like, these girls are wearing makeup in perfectly, like, fitted, slim fit BDUs or ACUs, whatever they're using right now. Like, it's just so obvious. And I'm not saying this is not to badmouth Ukraine at all. I'm just saying, like, it was one of the more obvious ones I've seen lately. The Israeli ones were pretty funny. The American ones are Hollywood quality, which is fantastic. But it's just so funny because that is a tactic that militaries, regardless of whose side they're on, where they are in the world, use is, well, let's show you hot women in uniform so that we get all of the depressed men to come fight for us. Like,
I mean, there was that one, the Russian military woman back in like 2014 that people started making like art about. Yeah. And she was just giving a press conference, or like, I can't even remember exactly what she was doing, whether answering questions or something.
She was like a press officer or something.
Yeah, and she became like the talk of the town on the internet for however long.
The thing is, in the United States, we have like Hollywood, so we don't need, like, they are definitely using e-girls for army propaganda. I think what they're doing more with the e-girl side of things is trying to entrap a certain set of beliefs. Well, like, if you ever see a girl on TikTok who's really attractive and she's talking about how badly she wants to be, like, a housewife and raise 6 children and dress modestly and all that is a fed. Women aren't real, they're all federal agents. Don't fall for it, boys.
Stay strong, kings. Oh my god.
But yeah, so obviously that's a joke. Yes. But you know, they do that to entrap people with like dissident political beliefs, and you'll see it's not just targeting the right; it's targeting the left too. They do it to both sides.
Oh yeah.
You know, they're trying to preserve the status quo, and they use attractive 18 to 24-year-old women to do it.
I just hope they're compensating them well.
You know what? Get that bag, ladies. Cheers.
Catch your bread. Just stay safe out there. There's some crazy people. Next would be from Gorilla Claymation 1489 saying, Aiden M, I know you listen to Christian music. How do I explain my Christian playlist going from King is Alive by AA to War Music by Impending Doom to my new girlfriend? She only listens to contemporary. Yeah, this is weird.
You're headbanging for the Lord.
Headbanging in prayer.
That's precisely. Exactly. I don't think it needs to be explained.
No.
It's the theme.
Yeah.
You like the theme, you listen to the music.
If somebody's going to judge you for something you like and it's not actively hurting anybody, or even passively hurting anybody, that's on them.
Yeah, like, the fact that you like Christian... Here's what I would say. Tell her you just like the music, and, you know, explain what it is about the music that you like, and if she doesn't accept that, honestly, it's kind of a red flag. You know, like...
Yeah.
If you were listening to, like, specifically, like, neo-Nazi death metal, that would be one thing.
That'd be a little concerning,
But you're just... If you're listening to Skillet, that does not require an explanation.
Yeah. Also, to be fair, if she's just like, that's not my scene and I don't know why you like it, versus, like, you're weird for liking that, that's two different things. So... Nick Highlander back again for $5 said, also, any non-canonical scripture you think should be canonical? I have a feeling I know one thing you're going to say.
Enoch should not be canonical.
Really?
No.
Why?
Because it's very obviously not the original version of it. the version we have. It's again, I say this all the time. We have an English translation. So the one that we can read is an English translation of an Ethiopic translation of a Greek translation of a Hebrew text. So on the off chance you read Ethiopic, you're still talking about two translations. And you're talking about likely several hundred years from the original version of it.
Yep.
The Book of Enoch, the OG Enoch story probably dates to about 1200 in terms of like when it would have been written down for the first time, if it was even written down ever.
And when were the main documents of the New Testament originally written?
Within the 1st century AD.
Okay. So within that context, that's about
I mean, granted,
over
Enoch is Old Testament.
Yeah.
The oldest that the Old Testament seems to have possibly been written would have been like 1200 BC. People typically accept that the oldest copies that we have, and this is the oldest, I'll say this, the oldest copies that we have date to the Babylonian period, the Neo-Babylonian period.
Okay.
So the 6th century BC. Some people believe that that's the first time any of it was written down. And that it was oral tradition before that. Some people believe that that was a rewriting. And that all of this existed prior, and they were just copying it down again. Either one is possible. Because the Mount Ebal tablet that they found, I'm leaning towards these were written down for the first time around 1200 BC. Probably contemporary to the events that were happening in Exodus, Numbers, Leviticus, and Deuteronomy. Genesis is the only book of the Torah that discusses things that happened long before it was written down. And the Torah is only the first 5 books of the Hebrew Bible. It's the law. It's not the whole Hebrew Bible. That's called the Tanakh. And the Tanakh itself, that is an acronym. It's a lot to get into.
Remind me what the difference between the Tanakh and the Pentateuch is?
The Pentateuch is the Greek translation.
Got it, okay.
Of the Torah.
Got it. Alex Lopez for $10 said, have you seen the recent JRE with Jimmy talking about Atlantis and advanced ancient human technology to cut and lift them heavy-ass stones? Very interesting.
Oh, Jimmy Corsetti? You mean the guy who doesn't know a goddamn thing about anything he's talking about?
You're gonna have to elaborate on that one.
He's bright insight. He keeps insisting that Atlantis is in the eye of the Sahara, and every single time he does, he gets things just blatantly wrong and ignores it. The most recent one is he's like, there's an ancient Roman map that discusses Atlantis. Not to mention that Atlantis was long gone by the time the ancient Romans were drawing up maps.